Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady V. Listen, I have an on time right now, on fire word right now to release, and I just gotta let it rip. Okay, so the Lord was sharing with me, right, as I was leaving a building, taking care of some business. He said, be afraid, be very afraid of backing off of what He promised you, of what He told you an outcome was gonna be. Stay the course. Be very afraid of backing off. Don't back off and get afraid. He said, be very afraid of backing off. Yeah. That's what should scare you. That's what should fill you with fear, that you back off of what He said you possess already. That's already yours. How dare you, He says, back up from what I said. Stay the course. Stay the course. The devil wants you to back up. He wants you to cringe in fear and back up off of what God promised because it looks too far off. It looks too hard. It's difficult. There's opposition. But that very thing tells you that the thing that He promised is great. It's a great victory. So there'll be many voices that will say, why are you doing this? Or don't do it like that. You don't have to do it like that. When you clearly hear God telling you to do it that way and do it with all your might. Because I said it. I said it was yours. I've showed it to you already. I've given you the right of way. Go ahead. Go head on. You know, there was a friend of mine. He rides motorcycles, older guy, and he's just full of wisdom. He would always give me wisdom concerning business, and business ventures I was taking in my 30s and crazy decisions I was making, right? He would always interject and give me some wisdom because he had a successful business. And so he was just giving me the ins and outs, right? So one day I was walking out of a building just like I'm walking out of today, same building. And I was trying to take care of my great uncle's affairs because my mom had passed. She was caring for my uncle, and then he passed 6 months later. And so there wasn't any power of attorney in place. There wasn't a living will in place. And I couldn't make contact with any of his children. They didn't want to make contact with him or with me because of their relationship with him. And it was sorrow upon sorrow, but God had granted me mercy because I asked Him to give me time. I had just lost my mom, and I said, I can't lose my uncle on top of my mom and stuff, and he needed around-the-clock care. And so I cared for him the best way I knew how on top of having my 3 children. And so I took him to a living center that was like on an island. It was beautiful. And I was able to visit him. I was able to come on Father's Day and share the day with him. We took pictures. He may not have even remember who I was, but it's just, I know he remembers the way I made him feel, and that's anybody. And so I felt like he was still a person, still a human being, still needed love, still needed care. And so a nurse took notice that I was the only family member showing up or calling. And when he passed, she called me about his things and leftover money. And I said, oh, well, I didn't know that, but there was no will. So, I just kind of just was like, okay, well, I'll pick up his things. And so I left this building, the same building, and I was told very sternly, because I went to go take care of his estate or whatever was left. I was the only next of kin, who was there to handle his affairs. So a lady looked at me and sternly said to me, well, it's his money anyway. I was a little taken back. Matter of fact, I was all the way taken back because I got offended. You know, that you would even think that I'm trying to take my uncle's money when there was no money to take. You know, there was, I mean, I think it was like a couple $100. So I was like, that's fine. You know, if we can bury it with him, okay. You know, so I backed up off of it immediately. And so I bumped into my motorcycle friend leaving that building. And again, he was able to offer me some wisdom. I told him what had happened. And I said, they said the money is his anyway. He said, you know what you do? You turn right back around and go back and get it. It's yours. Who's gonna spend it? Can he spend it? Can he do anything else with it? It's yours. Go get it. I don't care how much it is or how much it's not. Go collect it. It's yours. I believe with all of my heart that that is what God has been cultivating and working on me for, you know, some tenacity, some go get it, some relentlessness, you know, not taking no for an answer, and standing up for what I believe in. So I go back up there, and the lady tells me, yeah, I'm the next of kin. That's who any monies are to go to. Yeah, it was basically mine. Just crazy, you know, stubborn faith. You know, he has definitely increased my faith and my trust in him, you know, and my discernment of what is mine. And so I just pray that whoever this word is for, that you don't back up off of what he said. Don't back up off of what he showed you is yours. You better not. You better be more afraid to back off of it. Then you ought to be petrified to back up off of what he promised. Stay the course. It's yours. God bless y'all.